like they finally figure out that the little girl's a vampire. So they start rolling through like all the obvious things. Easy advertising.
Okay, let me do a quick breakdown, right? Before the video goes down, right? My buddy Danny here is certified.
Hi.
Hold on. My buddy here is My buddy here is certified, and he's certified. What are you certified in? Tell him.
I'm just a certified personal trainer. Just know how to make complicated processes simpler.
We came to Huntington Beach to talk about, like the steps that I would need to, lose weight or bulk, because Danny here has been wanting to become a bodybuilder for a very, very long time.
Way to rub it in.
But is it not true?
It is true, yes.
And I feel like almost like a best friend, almost, that I have to keep Danny in check because no one else is doing. You meet all these fucking new people and no one gives a No one gives a
No, they really don't.
I text this fool at like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. Hey Dan, are you gonna stop drinking alcohol? No, I'm not gonna stop drinking alcohol. Hey Dan, are you gonna become a fucking bodybuilder like we talked about 7 years ago, 8, 9, 10 years ago? Just like you told me, because you want to pose.
7 years ago.
Because you want to pose to Excision, that song by Excision. You think I forgot?
Things have changed.
You think I forgot?
Things have changed.
So Dan's giving me a breakdown right now of like the cutting, the bulking, and the recomp. I'm gonna roll this about all three of those, and I hope he doesn't get shy because Danny here is gonna end up on film no matter what. You're gonna end up on film no matter what. I mean, it's good that this is kind of like an introduction to, pre-stage, if you think about it. They're gonna be like, oh shit, this is Daniel Leonhardt. This is his, stage. This is what he went through before he hit the stage, I mean, look at all those bodybuilders, bro. They all have YouTube channels.
Yeah, that was an afterthought.
Slade and Friends isn't a bodybuilding page. It's not. It's just like lifestyle,
Alright.
So let's hear it, Dan. Let's hear your cutting, bulking, and recomp. The three. Hey guys, what's up?
Hi, what's going on?
Alright, well, I mean, you hear so many people talking about like, oh, keto or carnivore or low carb or this or that, and they've overcomplicated these processes so much. I mean, and I will be crucified for this and raked over the coals, but it really is a simple enough concept as calories in versus calories out. Like, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to cut, there's a certain number of calories per day that your body burns for you to just exist. Okay? There's a certain number of calories that you put into your body, there's a certain number of calories that your body burns through just day-to-day activity, structured exercise, all that. Have somebody figure out that number for you. There's so many tools online. There's so many people you can contact. And there's just so many...
Hold on. That look. That look. We got to talk about that look.
We don't got to talk about nothing. We're just going to keep going. There's so many tools to sit there and get those numbers.
Hit up my boy Dan if you need workout plans.
And eat under that number. Like if your calorie expenditure for the day is 2,000, just to keep the number simple, eat under 2,000 calories a day. It's a simple concept, but it's not a simple process because it takes a lot of discipline, and a lot of people I don't want to say don't have it in them to have the discipline, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot to sit there and adhere to a diet, adhere to a calorie number, a macro number, whatever your breakdown is for it. But, get a friend to help you with it. Get somebody to go to the gym with. You don't even have to go to the gym. Just take a walk. Go outside. Go do something. Just, get a little bit more exercise in your life. And
Okay.
I don't want to sit there and say,
No, I get you.
I don't want to sit there and say, you know, eat clean or eat dirty, because food's food. Like,
Right.
a calorie is a calorie. And all these people out there that are like, oh, don't eat after 7 p.m., don't eat this, don't eat that. Like, what's the difference? If you have that hamburger at noon versus 9 p.m., those calories don't change. It's the same 400, 500, 600, whatever amount of calories it is at each time. The problem that people come across is eating too much.
Right.
And when you start to kind of become aware of the whole calories in versus calories out thing, like, you realize that it is kind of easy to go up and over your calories for the day. And then people get discouraged, people sit there and get upset about it, and it, you know, if you're like me, you're an emotional eater, and when you get upset, you just want to eat more, and you don't. When you're upset, you don't reach for the chicken and rice, dude. You reach for the sleeve of Oreos and the vanilla ice cream. Like,
Yeah, I'm guilty of that, 100%.
it is what it is, you know. But don't overcomplicate it. Fitness is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something that you enjoy. Like,
Yeah.
don't fall into these traps of like, I can't do this, I can't do that, 'cause you're gonna give yourself body dysmorphia. You're gonna develop an unhealthy relationship with food, and it's not what you want to do, man. Like, if you want to eat an Oreo, go eat an Oreo. If you want to go out and have some drinks with friends or go out to dinner with friends, go do it. Just make the adjustments for it. Make the, you know, if you know you're going to go out for dinner that night, maybe lessen up the calories during the day a little bit, or just count for it. Just make it fun.
Right.
Don't sit there and make it all chicken and rice and broccoli and eggs and ground turkey and oatmeal.
Right.
Dude, have McDonald's for breakfast. Count the calories. There's I can't remember the dude's name, but the guy wanted to prove that dieting is just calories in versus calories out. And what he did is, for however much time it was, he ate a diet of Oreos, Twinkies, Doritos, just kind of ate whatever he wanted.
Is that like filling, like calorie count? Like he's supposed to have like a certain amount of calories and he's eating all that?
He stayed under that number.
Okay.
But he only ate what people would consider junk food. And, you know, am I saying that eating food like that will not make certain people feel bad or not have energy or whatever? No, it doesn't work for everybody. It is not cookie cutter. But the whole point of the dude's experiment was he found his calorie number and he literally ate what people would consider unhealthy and junk food. The guy lost a bunch of weight. He lowered his cholesterol. He lowered his blood pressure. He actually came out healthier after the fact than before the diet. But people don't want to look at those things.
Right. Do you think people that want to get healthy jump into diets too fast and then they burn themselves out?
1,000%.
1,000%, right?
They find a diet online, or they'll, you know, oh, I've got to eat spinach and kale and got to eat oatmeal for breakfast with turkey bacon.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
But at the same time, they're following like a regiment that is based for somebody else
That is
and
based
not for them.
Somebody else.
And then I think that's like a huge thing. I'm not throwing like shade, I'm not throwing like hate, but this is like what I think. People are looking online at other people's regimens and they're like, oh shit, like I gotta eat 5,000 fucking calories to like bulk. Like I have to do that at my weight.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But people will sit there and follow, like, they'll find somebody's diet who's been actively following that lifestyle for years.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, that's what I have to do. That's what I have to do. Carbohydrates are bad. Rah, 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 rah. It's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and again, sometimes, not everybody. People will do low carb diets and then they'll be like,
God, dude.
I'm tired all the time.
My camera's heavy as bro. This is like a workout.
Needs to work out
this
more.
is a workout as it is.
People sit there and be like, oh, carbs are bad for you. And then they'll wonder why they're tired all day. Carbs give you energy.
What's your take on like steroids? I know it's like a big thing to talk about, but like what's your take on it?
I mean, I don't want to say I'm an advocate of steroids, but I think there's a time and a place for everything. Now, if you're 18, 19 years old blasting gear in the gym that you bought off the dark web, like, is it dumb? Sure.
Yeah.
Should the average everyday Joe Blow be taking steroids? No, because you would be surprised what the body can achieve naturally with discipline.
properly, right?
Not even eating properly, dude. I don't like using that term. Discipline and direction will do for you. But everybody just sees all these people on social media with, you know, the 400-pound bench, the aesthetic physique, the six-pack, whatever it is, and they're just like, oh, gear's the answer. Gear's the answer. Like,
Gear's not always the answer, though.
it's not.
But if anybody has a hookup...
Oh my God, we're really saying that.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I would never take steroids. For a friend that would be supporting you in your fitness journey, I would want to be fit enough the natural way to where I'm just like following you around and I'm not a complete fat ass following you around, you know? I don't want to look like a whale following a shark around, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be fit enough to be like, oh, that's my buddy. You know, we go to the gym together, although, like, we probably won't go to the gym together. It'd probably be, like, once a week that I would go to the gym with him. I don't know how it's like, though. I don't know how it's like, because I have a gym partner. I mean, you see me on Instagram at the gym with my buddy and like that. But I think natural would be a good push for me, especially, like, if I'm following you around to different events. I mean, we're going to Mr. Olympia in October. And one big push for me is I want to meet Jay Cutler. And this guy knows. I've been following Jay Cutler on his Instagram or his YouTube. Everyone that's in the fitness industry knows Jay Cutler. They know Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman. Who else do you know? What are some big names that you know?
Lee Haney, Lee Priest, Lou Ferrigno, Dorian Yates, Leroy Davis,
Huge.
Leroy Colbert,
Huge names.
Phil Heath, Kai Green.
One big push for me is I want to meet Jay Cutler and I want to shake this dude's hand. But I want to shake his hand, like, not fat, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
I want to be able to take a picture and look halfway decent.
I want to, like,
next to him.
take a picture and, like, be, like, okay looking, you know? Shaking Jay Cutler's hand and saying, like, and saying to myself, like, oh, shit, like, I followed you on YouTube and Instagram for such a long time, and I'm still here for 300 pounds, you know? Like, I want to have, like, some nice pecs, nice biceps going on, some good muscle on my body, shaking his hand, saying, you know, how many times I've looked at his YouTube videos or his Instagram posts or, like, throwback videos that he was in. I don't want to be in a current state that I'm in now. Like, if you're going to go up to somebody and say, you did a fucking great job.
I've idolized you for so long.
Exactly.
You've done nothing to inspire me.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Like, you motivated me, but you didn't change me. You know? So I definitely want to shake Jay Cutler's hand and be like, yo, you changed me. Like, this is me now, and this is a photo of me, like, 3 years ago when I first started, like, fat as you know? Like, just the thought of that, like, going through someone's head, being as big as they are, you know?
To know that you've inspired someone. You've inspired someone to better themselves.
Basically, yeah. And I think that's something that, you know, you got me into. Because we used to play paintball together, and then after paintball, we used to go to Planet Fitness together. Dan used to push me so fucking hard that I wasn't used to people pushing me that hard. And I fucking quit out of rage because he was, you know, he was constantly in the gym saying, you know, lift that, you know, like, he would put it at a heavier weight, and I, in my mind, for some reason, I took it as, you know, he was bullying me. But in general, he was just trying to make me stronger, and that's why I quit Planet Fitness. And then I think we reconnected later on down the road, and you weren't so into fitness anymore for some reason. Like, you were, but you were working that nighttime graveyard shift. And I think that nighttime graveyard shift was so mentally for you that you kind of lost a little.
I lost focus.
Lost focus of your goals, yeah. So that's why I'm making these YouTube videos. I want to, you know, vlog the journey. These are going to be like rough edits of the whole process of either this guy going pro on stage or me losing weight, or fucking both, honestly.
I didn't want to do this for the money and the fame.
You wanted to do it because you love it, dude.
I want to do it because if I can live this life And if I can help at least one person change for the better or feel better about themselves when they wake up every morning, that in itself is enough of a success for me. I want to do this to help people. I love doing this for helping people. I just want people to be better. And that's really ironic coming from me. But
Yeah.
if I can help at least one person in this life change,
Yeah.
wake up and be confident in the way they look, be able to play with their kid, walk their son or daughter down the aisle, whatever it is, if I can help somebody change their life for the better, at least one person, I can leave a happy man.
I mean, you f***ing changed me. But I think you can change a whole lot more people if you really focus and follow your dreams. Dude, this guy, I used to go to his house when we were in like high school, and then after high school a little bit, he lived at his parents' house. And he used to sleep against a wall. Like his bed was against a wall, and he used to put Arnold Schwarzenegger's picture on his wall. You think I forget that shit?
Still have a giant picture of Dorian Yates and Jay Cutler.
So
When I wake up.
things just got dark. Not dark in the conversation, but like my screen got dark as
I want to walk into the store and see myself on the cover of Muscle and Fitness magazine.
All right, let's get there
That would
then.
be cool.
That'd be, but we gotta do it now, dude. We can't lag it anymore.
If anybody out there wants to sponsor me.
But you gotta show why they want to sponsor you. Like why should we sponsor Daniel Leonhardt? Why should we
You know what
sponsor?
we need to do? We need to have like a sad montage of me just staring out at the beach with that in the arms of an angel.
And then at the end, sponsor me.
$10 a day, you can afford an aspiring bodybuilder trend.
For just $20 or $30 a day, you can sponsor this man.
The GoFundMe will be in the link below.
Wait, this is off camera. Should we really make a GoFundMe? No, I'm just